Hello, cyber world. This is Marcella Silva. Hey, Ray, great to have you here today. Thanks for joining this live interview. And basically today we're going to talk about how Ray Benito, who is my guest here, a retired U.S. Navy senior chief, has his journey towards finding financial peace of mind and independence through land banking. So welcome, Ray. Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you, Marcella, for having me. It's a joy. It's a delight to be here.
Absolutely.
Especially by you.
Awesome. So why don't you please tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Sure. Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Ray Benito. I was originally from the Philippines and joined the U.S. Navy from the Philippines. I was a mechanical engineer, taught for a year, a bunch of mechanical engineering subjects. And then fast forward, I joined the U.S. Navy, again from the Philippines, and 24 years of service. And two highlights of my career being in the U.S. Navy is being part of two wars, Iraqi Freedom, which is the latest that I did, but really the first war that I've been is the Desert Storm, Desert Shield. And been married to Lyra Benito for 22 years now. We have 7 kids all together, including a special need daughter, Andrea Solomon. So, and now I'm into land banking business. That's me in a nutshell.
Wow, 7 kids. That'll keep you busy, Ray.
Yeah, right.
So why don't you tell me what types of investments you have invested in previously and how did those work for you?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you for asking the question. Interesting. So we're blended family. So with my wife now, Lyra Benito, again, altogether 7 kids. We had to do something, right? With 7 kids, that's a big, I won't say burden because they're joy. They are a responsibility and more of a stewardship. So join forces with my wife. We always believe in diversifications of investments. And growing up in the real estate industry in the Philippines, we have rentals as well. And so we thought of investing on rentals here in the US because I know that helped us in the Philippines growing up, at least looking from a distance how my parents did their investments. I also did day trading. We also have invested in different types of index funds, name it mutual funds, bonds and all that, anything that index base. So what else? And also got involved in different types of business that we did to generate income really for our family. And you said, how is it working for me? Well,
how did those investments work for you? And I'm curious what kind of careers you got into at that time.
Yeah. Well, again, like I said, the background is on rental properties. And at first it was very exciting, right? Say, yay, I can do what my parents have done in the past. And we're so excited in the beginning and then really looking forward to and then hoping that it will be our truly source of bread and butter that will make us feel secured and doesn't have to worry about anything and just to collect rents, right, on a monthly basis. But that did not turn out to be the way we have expected it because, it gets old answering from tenants complain about toilets being plugged, leaky, all kinds of this shower, faucets coming down from second floor to the first floor, and then we had as a landlord as a owner of rentals as a landlord, every time they move, you have to rehab them, right, and make sure you market it, and then have to deal with HOA, and so it becomes so burdensome. It causes a lot of stress between me and my wife. And, at the time I was still in the U.S. Navy. So it was tough. It was tough. And then what really broke the camel's back, per se, between me and Lyra, my wife was because it also broke our heart was when we had to evict one of our good tenants, and I'm not gonna name his name because he became a good friend. So what happened was you do your due diligence as a landlord who will rent your rentals, and but he lost his job. His wife left him, and he was left with a 3-year-old son, and has not been paying for 6 months. So it's draining our savings, and so we had to evict him. So the sheriff told us, "Do you want to be there to put a padlock on the door?" I said, "No, I don't want to see him." And his son locked out of the house, his 3-year-old son, with no place to go. So I said, "Nope, I don't want to deal with this." And it's such a problem. Again, draining us, emotionally, mentally, uh, financially. But those you can recover. But the time away from my wife and my kids, managing this property, it took so much burden on us. So on that side of the rental properties, but day trading, I said I did day trading. Of course, day trading, you got to put some money in it. I got good at it because I'm really a numbers guy, as I shared with you, Marcella. I'm some mechanical engineer. I'm fascinated with numbers, and I like to see progression, see that I can predict and hopefully project it. But it wasn't for me either. Day trading was tough. You have to do your due diligence, and in preparing for what trade you're gonna put in the day before. You got to read the news. You have to read what the MTA or LIBOR index are doing. It's so much stress. So it caused a big gap between me and my wife because I have to focus on it. I'm driven. I want to make sure my family is provided and my children will have good education. And so, but I lost a lot of money in one day, Marcel. I got good at it. I did for a couple of years. I lost about $25,000 in one day, just like that, because I thought, oh, I can recover. Oh, not really, right? Oh, I'm gonna make more money, and suddenly they drop you. They'll drop you. They know who you are. So I didn't do it myself. I went to online trading academy. I paid a lot of money for it to be trained by the best of the best by New York Stock Exchange, hedge funds manager, but it wasn't for me. So those are actually the main two things that I did, and I became also a loan officer and a realtor as well. So, but that did not work for me as well. It was tough. I thought it's like a golden egg for us, right? So that's my how it was working for me for my investments.
Wow. Wow. There's so much to unpack there, so many lessons learned.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, Ray, I've heard these similar types of stories over and over and over again.
Uh-huh.
People keep going to what everyone else talks about, right? Rentals, that's the way to go. Get cash flow until you have
Yeah.
to spend all kinds of money fixing it up, or you have to evict your friend who literally lost their job. I mean, that's
Uh,
heartbreaking.
it was. It was. To think about it now, it's just like, oh my goodness, I lost a friend and had to evict him. I can't blame him. He doesn't want to talk to me anymore. So money is not everything. It's but that was my experience.
Wow, that's really tough. And
Yeah.
then was all that prior to 2008?
Yes. It was 2008. So yeah, 2008 was just kind of like today, right? COVID. There was a lot of insecurity for us, and uncertainty, anxiety, especially on the side of my wife and our children at that time. Even though they didn't understand at that time, but it's very very similar of what happened. But I'm glad I don't have to worry about that now because of where I am at and in doing what I love doing now in land banking.
So you were a mortgage officer, realtor, and then what took you to land banking? How did you find it?
Oh, it's a good question. So, you know, uh, before I get there, if you don't mind, so I'm gonna try to remember that on what took me and how it got me to land banking. Because of really, let me answer the why of why we did land banking. Because of our mentioned to you about special needs daughter Andrea. So the reason why special needs daughter, because she now is suffering from cerebral palsy, so having grand mal seizures from time to time, and has 80 to 90% blindness on her eyes, and wondering why is she now the way she is, and asking her mom, why am I like this? Why am not like the rest of the kids that is going on? Because she could barely walk, and you could see her hand, one of her hands kind of like quiver like this, and only left hand is really functional. She's kind of functional. So what happened with Andrea, Marcella, was she was born normal from conception until Lyra, delivered her in one of the hospitals in New Jersey. Lyra being an RN, an emergency nurse as well, giving birth to Andrea at that time. The umbilical cord tied around her neck. They found out that the umbilical tied around her neck. And Lyra being a nurse again is her eyes, being a nurse, and having her own baby Andrea, her eyes was focused on the heartbeat of the baby. So she noticed that the baby's heartbeat was going down from 140 to 130, 120, meaning it was rapidly going down. So each time that it grows, it drops down dramatically. She keeps getting the attention of the medical staff at the New Jersey hospital several times, according to her, and apparently was ignored until she passed out because she was trying to deliver a baby. She was telling them, "Come on, I'm authorizing you to do a C-section. My baby's heartbeat is dropping down fast." So imagine, she was so upset and still and tired at the same time. And then of course, in the fast forward, she gave birth, and then when she woke up as a good mom, she was looking for a baby. You know what they told her? They told her, "Lyra, we're very sorry you cannot see your baby for a while." "What do you mean for a while?" So she start panicking as a mother. So they explained to her, "Well, we almost lost your baby." And that's why she had to be flown to New York hospital to make sure she's alive, and come to normal. Her heartbeat will come to normal, and then she will be observed for many days to make sure she will be fine. So imagine the agony, the pain, the fear that was going on in the heart of Lyra as a mother. This is her, baby. And yeah, sure, we had we have settlement for that, but was it really worth it? You cannot change that anymore. So she will be with us for life. So the remuneration settlement that we got for that wasn't worth it. So we had to be a good steward of what Andrea got from the medical malpractice. And so one of the reasons why is we got into land banking is we want to find at that time we didn't know what land banking is all about, right? We had to make sure that Andrea's taken care of, had she outlive us, along with her other six siblings. But I'm not worried about that for now. At that time when there was still, I was worried about because they're still growing, and that's why we got into different types of investments, and then and come 2008, the market crash just like we had in COVID-19. So before then, with 2008, we were praying and looking for a solution that will make us feel secure, that my family will have a legacy, that we don't have to worry about Andrea. But we lost a lot of money. We lost our summer rentals, and we have to do loan modifications, and I have to do all kinds of businesses to keep ourselves afloat and to recover what Andrea's market performance, even though we hired one of the very finest financial planner. What can you do? The market tanked, and all we had to do is wait. But still waiting, it's so it causes so much insecurity. So we were looking for investment that is secure, meaning we won't lose it, or and then still growing in value. For years and years we tried so many things, and this problem looming on our heads, and so what if, what now, right? What then? And then so that's the why really is for land banking, and why land banking. I'm sorry, but the reason why we got into land banking is primarily for Andrea legacy, and of course to make sure that our retirement is secured, right? Because we put our heart and funds on it. So and so how did we get into land banking? Well, after praying and looking for years and years, trying everything, losing time, money, resources, and distance away from the family, because we're trying everything you can, like I said. And one time, my wife went to a nursing convention, and she met a very fine lady. At the time, I think she was already in her late 70s or mid 70s, married to a doctor, a surgeon. So she's an RN and a surgeon. So, and Leah was so excited about it. Say, "Han, I think we found I think God has answered our prayer, that this seems to be a divine appointment, that I met Maggie." And we did not know her. We had no relationship with her, and she was going through the same problem. Because in nursing, I think you share each other's problem, and then so what Maggie went through and Lyra was going through at that time, or we were going through at that time, was very, very much similar. And so my wife even came back after a few days, excited and asking me to just take a look at it, or what the experience of Maggie. But you know what, Marcella, I'm so happy that I met Maggie. Now she's now almost a relative. So we call her now Tita Maggie, because she was like an angel. God sent to us and showed us land banking, and it's really is working for us. So now getting into this, we feel much secured because we dove into it, and we did over and over again, and very happy that we did land banking together as well with Auntie Maggie. Now Auntie Maggie is retired. I call Auntie or Tita Maggie because she made money on it already. She doesn't need to work. But yeah, she's happily retired. She's, I think, over 87 now or something like that. So I was thinking at that time, she also invested at the age of 70. She's still investing. So age really has no, it's not an excuse not to invest, not to diversify, right? So and she took the chance. I was thinking, why wouldn't I, right? And then now fast forward, Marcella, I'm proud to say that I have 11 land of our own, very much secure, and I'm glad we did it, Marcella, because COVID-19 hits. I don't have to worry about it. My wife don't. We don't have to go elsewhere while we're asleep. Our land is making money for us, right? I don't have to pay so much property tax, and I don't have to fix toilets, wake up early in the morning. Ay, ay, ay.
Worry about a news article coming out and your stock's losing all the money.
Right. Oh my
Renters
goodness.
not being able to pay rent, right?
Right. Yeah. That's right. I don't have to worry about that. Don't have to, worry about evicting tenants and losing another friend and time away from the family. So I'm not sure I answered your question. I became so emotional that trying to share with you what transpired in our lives. So just very happy about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I have goosebumps from your story, and I even already knew your story, but just hearing it again, it is so powerful. And what the hard times that you and your family have gone through, and your daughter, all that she's been through, and your heart's in the right place. You want to be able to take care of her when you're no longer around, right? So
Yes.
for you, land banking, it sounds like, is about legacy for your
Yes.
kids, for your daughter,
Mhm.
as well as retirement for yourself.
Correct, Marcel. And also one thing I did not mention, my wife and I love to travel. and also doing part of the medical mission because she's a nurse. And I love we did that before, but now we can do it again. Hopefully when the COVID-19 settles, and of course part of the anyway what I'm trying to say we now we will be able to do what we would love to do, part of medical mission, evangelical mission, helping fellow veterans like myself, and also being passionate about helping people that you know there is a solution to the problem, and we just have to open up to opportunities, and opportunity comes, and I always believe that opportunity is not lost, it is being given to others. So I'm glad I took the opportunity of going into land banking. So yeah, we grabbed that opportunity.
And you didn't let fear hold you back. That's what I see holds most people back from trying something different, trying something new like land banking. It's
Yes.
their own personal fear.
Yes.
Fear of what if,
Mhm.
And I think knowledge is powerful to overcome that fear. And really, all people need to do is get on one of our land banking webinars and learn
Yes.
about it. I mean, I think that's what did it for you, right?
Yes, that's how it did it for me. Actually, I was presented to me. We bought land, and then what I love is what we do is with now I'm part of the Lure Land Banking, is because we getting updated the webinar, about it. Pretty much, it's like in the military, don't leave anyone behind. With one of the good characteristics of business model of the Lure Land Banking is they keep you informed, the most up to date information. So again, because I love number, I like what I can project. It's not guessing game. The guesswork has been done for me, right? All I have to do is just put my investment. Okay, where do I invest? It's funny when my wife started investing in it. She was holding me back. He said, I told, oh, that's okay. Use our investment, use our 401k IRA. They're not growing anyway, right? So just anywhere there, just get land. It's well studied. Eliminates the guesswork.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's a good point that you just brought up. So you used your old 401k to invest in
Oh
land?
yeah. Oh yeah. About 80% of our investments, as you know, Marcella, 401k and IRA. We use both 401k and IRA because we have both of them. It doesn't grow as much unless you put more into it, right? And that's why I am so glad that we did it. And you probably seen my one of my properties there that we used the 280,000, the mixed use. I pulled out the comps on it. It's just, a year after I bought it, other than the comps, I got an offer 280,000. I got an offer for 1 million. How can you beat that? A year after, I said, nope. My cow is still giving milk, and it will continue to grow. She's gonna give me more milk. So I love it. That's just one of them. And then pull the comps. It's what much more than that. Much more than that. It's now pretty much surrounded with more developments than when I bought it since 2014. Very happy. And that's just one of them. I have 11 of them. So think of the security that it brings to me and my wife. So again, this COVID-19 doesn't affect us as much.
No. And actually, because of COVID-19, things are even speeding up the consumption of land.
Oh my goodness, Marcella, I have a friend. Yeah, true. I have a friend that lives in that area where we invested, right? And he's a contractor. He said, Ray, the developments around your property has not stopped. In fact, they have more time. They're building more. I said, okay. Go
Right.
for it. Yes. Very happy.
And now the greatest land rush in California's history is happening there. And
Yes.
it's for projects that people aren't even aware of. It's
No.
amazing.
Yes.
It is amazing, but we won't give it all away.
No, I'd love to, believe me.
Exactly. They need to get on one of the webinars and learn all about it. So much information to share. And wow, Ray, I'm just blown away by your story. And I just feel super grateful that you guys were able to find land banking and help achieve that financial independence and freedom that you've been looking for you and your family. You guys deserve it. You've been through a lot, and the future is very bright.
Oh, yes, yeah. It's not, I don't think it's just a light at the end of the tunnel. I think it's a headlight or something like that. It's like a spotlight at the end of the tunnel.
Well, in reality, it's actually the sun at the end of that tunnel.
That's right.
We're making money from the sun. I mean,
yeah, right. Now we're giving it away. So the greatest land rush.
Exactly. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Ray.
Thank you.
Know, I mean, to be courageous and vulnerable to share some of the hard times you guys have been through and what your family has gone through.
Yes.
We really appreciate it. And we hope that we're able to help other people take advantage of this opportunity. It's not going to be around forever, right? I mean, we were just on a webinar last week and they were just saying it's running out very, very quickly.
Yes. And people have yet to find out why it's running real fast, better, sooner than what people are thinking.
Exactly.
So before it's too late, I highly encourage. That's why I'm in a mission. I'm in a mission to help people, achieve what I have achieved and have that, and have that sun at the end of the tunnel in their investments.
That's beautiful. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Do you have any last words to share, Ray, before we end the broadcast today?
I first of all, I thank God for the opportunity that's given me. He does answer to me. He does answer prayer, and he brought the Lure company in our life. It really is a family. I love being part of the community, part of mentored before in the past as well. And you and Rick actually been the greatest part of my life. And you guys are one of the greatest people I've ever known. Just like a go-getter, and it's like a numbers people, and most importantly, you love people. We have the same passion of helping people. So thank you to you, and again to Valor and its staff. That's
Absolutely.
all.
And it's great to have you on my team, Ray, and we look forward to helping your investors create wealth through land. By the way, they're not making any more of it, so
that's right.
Is tomorrow's gold, right?
Yay, that's true.
Awesome, Ray. Have a wonderful day. And thank you to everyone out there in cyberspace for watching this video and hearing Ray's very powerful story. Have a great day. Spread the love, spread the joy, everyone. And we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you. Bye.